Have you been feeling like you're entering into a new era, but you're not sure how it's going to impact the bigger picture of your life? In today's Pick a Card reading, we're going to see the era that you're exiting, the era that you're entering, what's changing around you, how it shifts the perception of those around you, and so much more. This is group 1, this is group 2, and this is group 3. Clear your mind and go with whichever group attracts you the most. This reading will have an extended, so for those of you who are getting insights, aha moments, and the dots are connecting for you in this main reading, in the extended, we're going to see the door that wants to open in your life, a door that you can close cleanly and with confidence, the opportunities in love, money, and social that you can receive, and so much more, okay? When it comes to my extended readings, you're going to get everything in its entirety, but you're going to be able to watch it as many times as you want, as well as see the video at a later date. If you find things shifting around you again, you can always revisit the video and connect some more dots in your life and get some clarity, okay? I was really interested in doing this reading because I can feel like something is shifting in my own life, and I could certainly use the clarity as well. So it's easier for me to do pick a card readings and then watch them as if I'm a viewer than for me to read for myself directly. So sometimes you'll see that I will do readings on the channel that I actually need as well. So I'm in all of this with all of you. And I'm so glad to have you on this journey with me as well. I look forward to seeing you in the readings. Let's get into it. 1, welcome into your reading. We are going to see the new era that is coming in, but first we're going to start with the era that you're exiting, okay? We're going to start with the energy that group 1 is disentangling from, or that is being put behind them. For some of you, this could be long in the rear view, okay? The era that group 1 is exiting. Clear and honest messages, please. All right, group 1. If this is your reading, you could have been in a reflection period for quite a while, actually. And in fact, you could get the sensation or the awareness that a lot of the movement that is happening in your life is happening beneath the surface, okay? Don't get me wrong. There could be a lot going on the surface as well. You might have been really trying to prioritize the most important aspects of your life, and you could have been very, very immersed in attending to the business of your life. Nevertheless, even if you found yourself moving the most important pieces of your life around continually and adjusting to the shifts that are happening externally, there still is like this sensation that there are things that are happening under the surface. And you could have occasionally, for those of you who are more action oriented and you want things to start moving when the fuck you said, like you could feel like things are suspended and they're not moving, and it can be frustrating, or it can be at a crossroads. For those of you who are more kind of in the flow and you don't really care that much about punching reality in the face, you could just get this sense that there's more than meets the eye, and you're just letting things fall into place because you're not out here trying to control everything. You're just taking care of what needs attention and letting everything else fall into place, you know. Similar circumstances, different attitudes. I mean, because we all have different personalities. You can find yourself really prioritizing your peace, okay? In this particular era that you're putting behind you, the boundaries had to be very, very strong, because you can only focus on the things that you can control or that you can impact, and you have to let everything else kind of work itself out, okay? There could have been times when you felt up and down and up and down and up and down for some of you, okay? And especially if you were gripping really tightly. And you could just feel like there are things that are moving, but they're moving so slowly and so quietly. You're like, is any of this even working? And the other stuff is like shifting. And it's just like, what the hell is going on? And so some of you had to detach from the events in your life and kind of pull back and look at things clearly and see your own patterns and not put out everyone's fire and just figure things out for yourself. For some of you, you could have gone hermit on a situation or an individual and just pulled your energy all the way back as well. That situation or that person could have actually been injecting chaos into your life. and maybe you weren't sure how that energy was going to align or allow the pieces of your puzzle to kind of fall into alignment or fall apart, okay? And you're just like, I can't manage your circus and my own stuff, okay? So you could have pulled your energy away in that particular way as well. Some of you also could have been getting a certification of some sort. Some of you could have, for example, you could have been prioritizing your boundaries and juggling the most important because you're trying to become an instructor of some sort, especially if it has to do with self-development or education or counseling or something like that. You could have been working and really putting forth a lot of effort into learning something that will not only improve your life, but the lives of the people that you serve. For some of you, that will be an identifier, okay? For those of you who enjoy what we cover in this reading, there will be an extended, which is available separately. You'll get all 3 readings in their entirety for one price, and you can watch it as many times as you want, okay? What is changing? What era is group 1 entering? What's changing for group 1? What is changing for group 1? What's changing for group 1? It seems like you are receiving a lot of options, like a lot of options. People could be competing for you. Tell me more about this tower. Tell me more about this tower. Some of you are getting new options in love. Some of you may have actually stopped collaborating with a significant love interest. If it wasn't a romantic interest, it could have been a friendship. You could have decided to just let yourself receive love and romance now, or you could be deciding to get out of a dynamic, and you could allow yourself to have people competing for you. Now, if this is not about love and romance, you could have gotten out of a partnership or a contract, and you're allowing people to compete for your Queen of Wands energy. The thing is, if this is your reading, you are showing up as the Queen of Wands as well as the Queen of Cups. This is somebody who is emotionally intelligent, soft, absolutely beautiful, but also sensual, magnetic, alluring, someone who is fought over. Whether this is in the romantic arena or in the collaborative and career arena, okay? So I'm seeing like you're allowing the best possible offers to come your way. But this could be after a really shocking shift. So in your new era, you could find yourself abruptly exiting like a job or a way of life or a relationship, or feeling like the existing framework with how you looked at life itself has fallen down, and there is a sense of openness to receiving. You could be really exploring your options in love, money, friendships, just anything. There's an openness and a receptivity because there was a dramatic change, okay? And you're gonna know. It's like if you say you've been really holding back from relationships in general and really working on your stuff, and you're just not open to people at all, and then one day you wake up and you're like, okay, I'm ready to make friends. Like, even if it doesn't feel shocking, that's a significant change, which significantly changes your whole life, okay? So going from somebody who is overly invested in others, or maybe trying too hard, to being the one who is pursued hard and being recognized for your values, a very significant shift, okay? So I am seeing a pretty big shakeup in how you approach relationships, career, and that people are vying for the Queen of Wands, is what I'm going to say. So the new era is you being pursued, you being the one who's fought over, you possibly even causing people to act out of character in a way where, like, people who were overly reserved are now pursuing openly, potentially, okay? But it's like you're really evaluating all of your options just across the board for some of you, okay? Let's see how the perception around group 1 is changing. So how is the perception around group 1 changing? How's the perception around group one? I really hate when I do that. It's so annoying. How's the perception around group one changing? How's the perception around group one changing? I wonder if some of you have Virgo placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, but especially Virgo rising, honestly. Oh my God, group one lock-in. The perception around how, the way others are seeing you now, okay, you are pulled back. You're pulled back. You're floating above like this hermit, you're doing your own thing, right? I do not think this is you. I do not think this is you. No. I do actually think that if this is your group, because you've come up as with hermit energy twice, that you are very, very perceptive, but you're very intelligent, but there's a sense of detachment. So this is others. So the way people are perceiving you right now is that you are good. You're good. No one can come around you with buffoonery. Real offers only. Real offers only. Investment only. In career, romance, friendship, anything. Okay. Group one knows their value. Group one knows their worth. Group one is only working on what is working for them, we're going to say. Okay. Group one is investing in group one. And buffoonery and clownery need not apply, we're going to say. So the perception is shifting around you that there are people who feel like they slept on you, honestly. There's a few people, at least 5 people, who feel like they slept on you, that they took you and your energy for granted. And there are some other people also who are all up in their head freaking analyzing you and wondering if they can even make you an offer or approach you at this point, okay? But there are some people, I have to be honest, who feel shut out from your withdrawal, that they lost access to your value. And some folks are in despair and actual sadness, where they're becoming their own black hole of misery, just thinking about you and being sad, okay? This energy is, it's rough. It's rough. You pulled back and started investing in yourself, and it indeed actually has really impacted how people see you. And some people are really, they're really up in their feelings and feeling cut off over you, by the way, okay? How is this going to impact love, money, and the social life of group one? We're going to look at love. How is this impacting the love life of group one? How is this impacting the love life? How is this impacting money? How is this impacting money? How is this impacting the social life? How is this impacting the social life? Could use your intuition here. There's something about your fire that is drawing people towards you or getting up in people's heads. There's something about what's going on with you where people are freaking stuck on you, honestly. Like there's basically, I'm just seeing that your fire energy is generating intensity, just overall actual like intensity. And you could be subconsciously or intuitively feeling just like things are powerful, that this is a very pivotal time, but other people are feeling it as well. Okay, so how this is impacting love is only slow and steady, meaningful offers are able to come to you. And in fact, I do see slow, steady, almost like it's an offer that could be increasing. This person is not erratic. This person takes intentional steps, right? You are not afraid to shut out people or situations when it comes to your heart and your love life where the energy doesn't come with intention. So you're not really here for hot and cold, in and out, or BS, or anyone who destabilizes you. And it seems like you don't have any fear of putting people out in the cold big time. For some of you, someone from the past who felt shut out could be working on a much more intentional offer as well. But in terms of love, I see that you are only available for that which is going to grow you, what has roots or potential. Okay. In terms of money, I see you're leading with fire when it comes to your career or money life. Okay. Where it's your creativity, your know-how, the light and philosophy and power that you bring, your creativity in particular. Some of you could actually be entrepreneurial, or you could be collaborating in a way, in a job or freelance, where you are able to bring your passion and your knowledge and your intensity and your excitement and shift things for the better, okay? So in terms of your money, I feel that you do not want to go into situations or collaborations or environments that there's too much conflict. I see you prioritizing collaboration and creation over conflict and fuckery. I see you leaving the plane of competition and entering into collaboration. Or I see your light and your creativity and your intelligence and your power exposing the people, places, and situations, ways of thinking and being that are creating too much conflict, and instead grabbing the torch and lighting your own way. Okay, so apply that, how that resonates. In terms of your social life, I do see nostalgic reconnections, people remembering you, people wanting to come forth to you, people really taking their time, and even also maybe people from your deep past returning to, give you some recognition and honor. So some of you could actually be reconnecting with people from your past where it was like best friends and things like that. So it could even actually be a reunion after years or several months, okay? I'm seeing people feeling a good old-fashioned best friend, or really good friendly vibes towards you, feeling like you're an asset and spending time together over time together. So socially, I see you actually connecting with people that you can hang out with a lot, or people from your past, your deep past even, and reconnecting with those people. So apply that, how that resonates. Just seeing this as a time when your fire and your spark and your creativity and your aliveness is creating some sort of stickiness, or like people really being addicted to your energy in a way, and people being willing to invest in you over time. Like I'm just seeing you having some sort of shift in terms of your power and influence for sure. Like in a really cool way though. All right, signs that this era is beginning, signs that this is imminent, it's beginning. Signs that this is beginning. You're not here to take crap from anyone. Oh my God. All right. First of all, people might want to try to rush towards you and give you a sense of happiness. But also you might find yourself being willing to have very blunt and straightforward conversations because you just feel like you've cleared some... You've just put the past in the past, okay? And it might take you a bit to catch up with it until you start seeing yourself in real time becoming a lot more straightforward, or putting things in their place and just being very freaking direct. You're not here for the BS like at all, right? And then if you connect the dots, you're like, oh yeah, it's because I let go of this thing, or I let go of this pattern, or I let go of this person, and I learned my lesson, and I up-leveled. I up-leveled so cleanly, I didn't even notice that I did the work. For others of you, you know you did the work, like you absolutely know, and you're not carrying all these old burdens from the past anymore, and you've transformed, and you're just ready. You're prioritizing your happiness and your joy, okay? So when it starts becoming easier for you, or you start noticing that you are not afraid to confront situations because you feel very powerful, you feel very solid, you know who you are, you know what you're doing, you start to feel like the whole world is ahead of you, the whole world is your oyster, and you start to realize there's only one of you, and you're not sleeping on your own greatness, you're not sleeping on your own value, and you're prioritizing that which prioritizes you, the family, the friends, the social experiences, your own internal joy and your own internal peace, and the things that light you up from the heart, right? That's how you're going to know this new era is actually opening up around you. It could happen for some of you subtly, right? And so it can be hard to connect the dots until you're all the way in it and you're like, wow, I'm acting totally different. I'm acting unbothered but joyful at the same time. Like, okay. Some of you could also have a Cancer zodiac sign person. It could also be a Pisces or a Scorpio charging their ass towards you. Or those of you who are life path 7 could find yourself really charging forward from emotional fulfillment, especially in July for some of you, okay? But you might be getting romantic offers. Some of you might become someone's muse because you're one of a kind. You can find yourself like inspired as well. Like, so for those of you who are open to romance and pulling someone in, that could be an indicator as well. Those of you who are not open to that kind of stuff, you could see yourself becoming more open to love and fulfillment and creativity and passion, and you're just like freaking charging. And it's because you're not holding open all of these emotional browser tabs. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've just closed it out and you're ready to move because you feel good about who you are, and you should. Advice to amplify the new era. Advice to really amplify the positive energy that we got here. Advice to amplify this shift. How to amplify? How to amplify? Okay. It's going away from confusion, from people, places, and situations that just don't ever bring clarity. You're continually wondering why your intuition is screaming about this situation. Why isn't anyone being clear? Why can't we get on the same page even when we've talked for 7 hours? Like, what is this? You know what I mean? So it's about communicating with people who are collaborating, not attending every fight you're invited to. Because, you know, some people just get bored and they start shit and you take it seriously, and really they're just trying to harvest your energy, and you're like, what? I thought we were really having a problem. You're just being a vampire. What? Prioritize people, places, and situations that are giving to you and not just here to extract from you. You're here to shine and get your flowers, your roses, okay? There's a shift going on in your energy where people around you are going to start really, really seeing your value, but you're going to feel your value from the inside. And it's just time to allow yourself to shine as hard as possible. Okay. The people, places, and situations that are right for you are not going to require you to explain yourself with 17 dictionaries and interpretive dance to get on the same freaking page. Okay. And anyone who puts you in just prolonged confusion, that situation is probably not for you. The universe wants to start giving you, and you, in the energy, if this is your reading, are ready to receive, and it shouldn't be so damn hard. Okay. All right. I'd love to know how this reading resonated for you. And we're going to go into the extended now for those of you who are interested. I'm going to pop in there now. If this is where we leave it for the rest of you, thank you so much for joining me on this journey. This has been fun. I'm definitely actually going to watch this group again because I'm curious about it. Sometimes when I'm channeling, I'm like, what the hell did I say? Okay, I'll talk to you later, group 1, 2. Welcome into your reading. Let's see the era that you're exiting. Show me the era that group 2 is exiting. What era is group 2 exiting? You could be taking yourself out of and away from a situation where there were a lot of ups and downs, but maybe a lot of stability. Like, this could have been a circumstance or a relationship that had a strong foundation under it, okay? There could have been a lot of time invested. There could have been a lot of energy invested. For some of you, this could have been a relationship with somebody with familial overtones, where you could have been in a committed relationship with them and family could have been included, or you could have been in a relationship with someone who's very family coded. For others of you, this could have to do with that tension between creativity and work and money and legacy and future and how it impacts everything that you're responsible for. And this trying to move things around, trying to juggle things, trying to orient things, trying to get things to fall into place while also having a lot of ups and downs while it's going on. That Wheel of Fortune can indicate fortunes rising and falling and making an upswing, right? But we also have the Two of Pentacles, which can include like trying to maneuver things around and continually having things in flux, up and down, up and down. It's moving here, it's moving there. And you're very grounded and you're caring about how your choices impact the bottom line, the people that you're dealing with. I'm getting that you're a very stable, secure person in yourself. A creative person, though. Passionate, fiery person, too, with the Queen of Rods energy here. But there's so much earth that there's a steadiness and a stability. And, some of you could be entrepreneurs, business owners, CEOs. You could have a lot of responsibilities and you're good at being responsible for what you take care of. But there's also like a fire and a passion and a creativity and an inspiration inside of you as well. But there's this up and down and things moving around a lot. And maybe you just felt like you were juggling a lot, trying to make things come together in a long-term way. And it could have just felt like, okay, I've got to disconnect. I've got to let God handle it. Because if I handle it, I'm going to jail. Okay, anyways, I'm just kidding. I had to go. Okay, so let's see. Let's see what's changing. What's the new era? What's changing for group 2? What's changing for group 2? What's changing for group 2? Some of you are actually getting yourself out of a commitment or a contract. You could be getting yourself out of a living situation, out of a relationship, out of a job, or going into, well, you would have to be exiting something, but anyway, going into something with more stability and more security for you, more joy, more happiness. There's a transformation going on with this Death card. And for some of you, it's a status transition. You could be going from married to single, okay? Or from single and unavailable to single and available for correct partnership. Something like that, like an identity transformation. But it's rooted in you actually knowing your worth, knowing your values, pouring into yourself, feeling established, looking good and feeling gorgeous. Some of you could be going from, like, say, a renter to a homeowner, something like that. I am seeing a big transformation, though. Some of you could be relocating abroad. Some of you could also be getting into a relationship or moving in with a foreign-born person or someone living at a distance to you. This is a very slow, steady, and determined individual. They're showing up as the Knight of Coins. For others of you, you could actually be growing and establishing yourself in a direction that is very meaningful to you, that will expand your whole life. Now, you could be starting a business. You could be offering your gifts, services, and talents to a broader audience. You could be relocating, but there's a transformation. It's like there was this chapter before, and now there is the new chapter, okay? And the new chapter includes you expanding. There are transformations happening in either your status, your identity, or your living situation, okay? Finances as well. Foreign currency or a greater audience with money could be coming towards you. How is the perception of others changing towards group 2? How's the perception of others changing when it comes to group 2? Some people are seeing you from going from single to married and no longer available at all. So some of you, that is the big time change, is you're getting committed and you're even up to getting married. and you're no longer available at all for anyone who wants to spin the block, or anyone who's been having you on emotional or psychological layaway, thinking that they would get around to wifing you up or husbanding you down someday. Someday, people are daydreaming over you. People see you making important, life-changing decisions, which are emotionally fulfilling to you, to say the least. People are also seeing you as someone who is protecting your peace at all costs. You're not allowing anyone to come in and disturb what you've got going on for you. Okay? So you're committed to your path, whatever that is. And it's aligned with values that are important to you. You're prioritizing your values, your desires, what lights you up. For some of you, it's your spiritual path, okay? And you're really making peace with your past, your deep past, right? And whether or not people know that at the surface, it is something which is felt, that there's a congruence between who you are now and what you want and what you've always wanted, and it's just joining together. And people can just see that you're solid. So the perception of you from the outside looking in is that you're emotionally aware, emotionally intelligent. You're only taking offers from people who are available to you emotionally. You are not spilling your secrets or your emotions everywhere either, for that matter. There's a part of you that has elevated to an almost untouchable kind of status, okay? And you're prioritizing your joy, you're happy. For some of you, it's your family life, your commitment. You could have, like I said, you could have gotten married for some of you. And people know this, or they perceive you as elevating in that direction. I mean, yeah. Or just some people see you as putting your spiritual practice, your belief systems, and your commitments front and center. You just look like somebody who is emotionally fulfilled, but your old life is done. And your new life is about what is aligned to you, what you are committed to. And you are 10 toes down on your commitments right now. And people know it. And if anyone tries to come in and disturb your peace, question your judgment, give you crap, you're not afraid to cut them out or challenge their perspectives or whatever, because you are very congruent. That's how people are seeing you right now, is happy, loved well, in alignment with your heart and your values. Okay. Wow. I really like this energy. So people are seeing you as someone who can't be touched with the mundane or with BS. You know who you are. You know what you're doing. You have arrived. Wow. Okay. How is this transformation or this new era impacting love for group 2? How is it impacting the love life of group 2? How is it impacting the money for group 2? How's it impacting money for group 2? Learn to shuffle, Azra. How is it impacting the social life? Show me the social life. How is this new era impacting the social life? Justice. Justice. The sword of truth or the balance of justice came through your life and put to end situations that were not able to take you to this new era, okay? So some of you underwent a pretty big transformation, relocation, identity shift, someone else's facade crumbling down, and it was just, the balance was in your favor. Things are moving in your favor. Okay, so here's how it is impacting you when it comes to love. There's a mystery and an untouchability about you. Now, there's also magnetism and attraction. That's the thing. Whatever you have gone through in the recent past, this new chapter of your life has you moving in silence, in fact. And the silence and the mystery is amplifying your allure and your attraction. People know that you know things. You are moving in silence. There's a mystery there, and people who have lost access to you are lamenting over you, actually. So for those of you who got in a relationship, or you got engaged, or you even got married, this, or people suspect it, in terms of your love life, even though you might not know about it, there are people who feel like they hit rock bottom over you, to be honest. Okay. And you're not allowing anyone to approach you whatsoever when it comes to love with anxiety, betrayal, or weirdness at all. So for those of you who are totally super single, essentially, like, in love, you are in a really magnetic state and people want to come to you. People might even try to approach you romantically asking for advice, but I don't see you doing a bunch of emotional labor or decoding whatsoever. I see you basically reading people within 3 seconds and determining who and what is for you, okay? Yeah. Okay. And so when it comes to how this new era is impacting your money, there is a sense of you having endurance and know-how when it comes to your craft, your gifts, your services, your talents, whatever it is you're doing in terms of your financial and career sector. It is actually fulfilling you tremendously. And that joy and happiness in your money energy means that it's going to be going well with that strength card. Like, it's increasing, we're going to say. It's increasing. And as it even increases, you're becoming more happy. And the happier that you become, the more that increases, okay? There's a sense of you having put in a lot of work, but it's work that is really satisfying. So in terms of money and career, this new era is having you using your talents and your strength in a way that feels good to you, like really good, not you burning out because you're surrounded by morons, okay? How does this impact the social life? Okay. I get the message that you might like people who are witty and funny and communicative, but you're no longer here for people who don't think about what they're saying, or people who are not emotionally available to you. Some of you could be having a pretty significant transformation in your social group. Some of you may be actually removing yourself from people you used to socialize with and going towards people who are intelligent but kind. Okay. People who are creative and clear. You could find yourself removing yourself from social networks and going towards people and circumstances that elevate you intellectually or creatively in terms of your mind and how some of you might be writers, for example. So you could be letting go of certain situations and pivoting and going towards communities or people, individuals who inspire you intellectually, we're going to say. Okay. But I do see for some of you, actually, how this new era is impacting you. You're actually going to possibly be cutting some people off. That's what I see. You could be relocating or going into new environments, and it might take you some time to establish new relationships, but I see you prioritizing people who are sharp, intellectual, who feed you mentally, but who are kind. That's what I'm getting. Signs that the new era is beginning. Signs that this new era is beginning. Signs that this new era is beginning. You're being strategic about communication. When things start shifting in this new way for you, you're moving in silence, I'm telling you, or strategy. You could be saying a lot, yet saying nothing. Like say you're in circumstances and situations with people who are real chatty, but you've figured out the art of how to say what is expected without revealing your hand. Okay. So you're being very strategic and you're holding your value back from people unless they earn it. This new era is about you receiving. For some of you, it's about putting your head down and putting in work or effort towards your kids or people you're mentoring or your business, the things that grow you and the things that you're responsible for. and you're not giving your energy, your attention, your problem solving, or your diary entries to anything that's not growing you or stabilizing you. What I'm getting is that there are people that could feel like you switched up, but the High Priestess actually just came online. You just started moving in silence because you started to see that there's no benefit to you telling everyone your business and giving all your value to the community for nothing. You only have so much energy and so much time. And so I see as this transition starts taking hold that you are really prioritizing what is growing you. Some of you could have actually been in a secret, maybe not secret, but a private relationship with someone who's really solid. You know, some of y'all got engaged and even married. You didn't tell a damn soul because you didn't want everyone in the community spying, gossiping, talking shit about your love life. It's no one's damn business. So this new era is about you moving in silence, moving in strategy, protecting your value, and protecting either a business or a significant other, or maybe even for some of you both, where you're just like trying to grow your empire, trying to connect to people that really invest in you, and you're not letting anyone's weirdo energy or vibes complicate the scenario, derail the scenario. You're too busy putting your head down and prioritizing your life and your responsibilities to be out here alerting the press with every little thing that you did or didn't do. All right, advice on how to amplify the energies around group 2. How to amplify this positive change. How to amplify the positive change. Go towards people, places, and situations that are adding to you. You're going through a transition where you're closing out cycles and chapters from the past. Old ways of being, old identities, ways of giving yourself away and really putting yourself in the driver's seat of your life. Okay? So going towards people, places, and situations that honor your worth, that honor your intelligence, your know-how, what you're bringing, mind, body, heart, and soul. Okay? Any feelings of being shut out from others or shut out from money or feeling like there was a pinch of limitation are actually going to be corrected. They are in the process of being corrected. You're too valuable not to magnetize value, right? But it comes down to you going towards scenarios where you're celebrated, honored, respected, and where you're not the one doing all the work and then becoming depleted, okay? There's also a call to your own joy, your own inspiration. Those of you who have kids or want to interact with your inner child or feel your own joy, that also balances things out for you as well, because you are a very responsible person. You have a lot going on for you, and your own joy and your own self-expression and creativity, your own childlike wonder or connecting with children or both could really inspire you and make you feel like more like you're not losing things just because you have to move differently now. Because you're prioritizing what is the most important and you're not giving your value to everybody in the community anymore. Or, yeah, that's really actually what I'm getting. And sometimes that might make you feel like, okay, well, now I'm shut off from people. And the answer is your creativity, your joy, your own wonder, your own exploration, your own happiness, and going towards collaborators and people who don't make you juggle everything for them, but are actually juggling things out with you. And like you guys are collaborating and creating together, and it's inspiring and it's fun, you know? Yeah. Some of you may also do a bit of the traveling, especially to go stay at friends' houses who might be in different countries or at a distance. Okay. All right, group 2, I would love to know how this reading resonated for you. I am going to go pop into the extended now and see what doors want to open for you, what doors you can close cleanly, the opportunities in money, love, and so much more. If that interests you, come with me to the extended. That information is in the description box. For the rest of you, if this is where we leave it, I really thank you for your time and attention. It has been a pleasure. I'll talk to you soon. Hi, Group 3. Welcome into your reading. We're going to see the era that you're leaving behind you. What era is Group 3 exiting? What era is Group 3 exiting? The era that they're leaving behind. I'm getting isolation and slowness, actually. Okay, so in the chapter, the era, the situation that you're putting behind you, I perceive you to be someone who's very, very desirable. And in fact, you're very much in charge of your destiny, going forward, doing what you want to do, mind-heart coordination, intuition and logic, driving, to be honest. However, in spite of all of this forward momentum, people finding you attractive, spiraling upward, there's a sense that there's a hidden quality about you. For some of you, it could be that you have been holding yourself apart or sequestering yourself in service of your vision, your mission, your learning, your education, your empire. This is not Empress, and I know when I say empire, I'm getting the sense of you moving in silence to build your future. Particularly with this priestess, if you have a spiritual-based empire, or if you are a healer of some kind, or someone with esoteric or secret knowledge, and if you're not, then you could have been working on a degree, advanced learning, or healing and recovering from previous chapters of your past. So I'm getting kind of pulling away and moving in silence and using knowledge, wisdom, and intuition to transform. This transformation is that which is witnessed by other people from the outside with the Six of Wands. People see you spiraling upward and they could find you very glowing and attractive. And in fact, some of you have a very compelling aura. Like that you just know stuff. And this independence where it doesn't seem like you particularly need people. And you could have felt like you're in suspension where a lot of the activity that is happening around you is happening below conscious awareness. Things are falling into place, or maybe you're not getting as much forward momentum. Now, you could be really pushing at your reality and trying to get forward momentum, and yet still having that feeling that things are quietly aligning just out of the corners of your awareness, okay? So if that sounds familiar to you, you are in the right place. And during the course of this reading, if you get invested in this and you want to know more, there's going to be an extended, and it's going to be out the door that wants to open in your life, the door that you can close cleanly, opportunities and money, love and social, and so much more, okay? And all readings in their entirety will be included in the extended. Watch it as many times as you want for one price, okay? What is changing for Group 3? What is changing in their new era? Show me their new era. What's changing? What's changing for Group 3? People could be coming towards you, competing for you, and trying to make you an offer. Soulmate connections. Connections with people that are steeped in nostalgia, good old-fashioned feelings. Harmony. Feeling like you are very much in charge of your destiny and, in fact, magnetizing opportunities to yourself continually. Some of you could feel connected to the heavens and grounding that wisdom into the earth with this star card. Some of you could be getting more social notoriety or fame. Old friends from the past could be coming in, or emotionally rewarding people as well. But there's the sense that you could be really aligning with, magnetizing, and receiving things that you have been dreaming about and hoping for. Those of you who have a message for the world around you, your voice will be amplified and it will reach the people that it needs to reach. You could have people coming in trying to compete for the opportunity to collaborate with you. I see you actually removing yourself from the petty squabbles of other people and not participating, and rather transmuting that energy and leveraging your resources for the things that give back to you and that satisfy your inner child, and also the version of you that you are now. Satisfaction, connection, happiness. Wow, the Star and the Magician, huh? You know what you want, you know why you want it, and you have the complete and total ability to get it yourself. Very powerful, incredibly powerful. How is the perception of group 3 changing? How's the perception of others around group 3 changing? How are people perceiving group 3 now? How's it changing? You look like you're very much in charge of your destiny, your empire, what you're doing, and why you're doing it. The perception could be that you are actually getting into a commitment with somebody, or people could be hearing that news very clearly, and they could see you as someone who is thriving socially, but also getting commitment that you deserve and that you're balanced out. Nevertheless, here's what I'm seeing. People are seeing you as aligned with your values. People are seeing you thriving socially. You're out and about. You're having fun. People want to be around you. They see you as someone to be close to or to have fun with because your energy is amazing. They see you as peaceful, balanced, in alignment with your spirit, maybe angelic. Some people might tell you that your vibe is angelic. People see you as ready for commitment or commitment coded. Really good energy around you, honestly. The perception of those around you is that you are very much in your lane, that things are balancing out in your life, that you're getting what you want, that you're in charge of your destiny, that you're very clear, you're in complete and total alignment. Emperors only, empresses only. If you're going to take an offer, you're only taking husband or wife coded people. You're not out here. Like, you might be out having fun, but you're only taking serious offers in love, money, career, everything. Okay. How is this new era shift changing things in love, money, and the social life of group 3? How is this shift changing love? How is it changing love? How's it changing money? How's it changing money? How's it changing money? How's it changing the social life? How's it impacting the social life? How's it impacting the social life? There's very new, very fulfilling energy cutting across these arenas of your life. And I mean very fulfilling. You're prioritizing your peace, your joy, and you're going towards people, places, and situations that make you happy. And moreover, loving, companionable, new beginning energy actually wants to rush towards you, by the way. So some of you are taking a leap in your life. Okay, so the way that this new era is going to impact the love life for you, you are prioritizing emotional satisfaction, emotional fulfillment, and people who can build and grow with you. Some of you could get, those of you who are single, you could get a really fulfilling relationship with somebody in your work environment, okay? But I'm seeing in terms of love that stability is just as important as love and emotional reciprocity and fulfillment, okay? Yeah, your new era is actually going to be making stability and comfort and basically in your relationships, people are going to want to put in good productive work because it's worth it. Like you're bringing emotional fulfillment. You're happy with who you are and where you're at right now. And so people want to be around you because you are not making any person or any situation your fountain of happiness. Your happiness comes from within, and you let everything else just kind of add to that. And so people naturally want to be around you, and they feel like the work that they put into building even acquaintanceships, friendships, let alone romantic relationships, is actually worth it because the effort that they put into it leads to even greater happiness for both of you concerned, okay? When it comes to money in your new era, there have been burdens in your financial or career sector where you felt like you were struggling upward and every step forward was like 10 steps back. For some of you, it's been rough, real rough. It's like pushing a 700-pound jellyfish uphill. It's just sliding back down on you. This guy has a boulder that he's pulling, and it's been rough. And now you're getting success, victory, first place, recognition. So those of you who offer your gift services and talents, for example, even online, you might be starting to get a lot more recognition and things, the load is getting lightened, okay? But yeah, for some of you, when it came right down to it, this money career thing has been a slog. It's been rough. It's been burdensome. It's been challenging. And now with the new era shifting, you're getting more and more recognition, and the effort that you put in is now actually getting you some victory. First place. Love to see it. Okay, so how about your social life? You have wonderful boundaries. You're perceived as someone to socialize with, someone to have around, someone who makes the environment better just by existing. You elevate the space when you just step foot in it. And that's because you're protecting your peace socially. You're not letting just everyone get access to you. And as a result, you are perceived as a very elevated presence when you are out in the community, okay? So whatever you're doing, it's not like you're holding everyone out, but you're guarding your spot and you're allowing only that which is amplifying you to have access. And it's just making you look way more socially valuable, I have to admit, okay? So I'm seeing a prioritize in new beginnings that are rooted in deep emotional fulfillment for group 3, and it's impacting everything. Really prioritizing what's working for you, though. Lots of happiness. I like to see that, group 3. Let's see the signs that your new era is already underway. Show me the signs that group 3 can look for. This could be validating for some of you if you're already in the thick of it. Signs that this new era is beginning. For some of you, there could be a shakeup in an existing relationship, possibly with an emperor type. You may have been the Queen of Cups to this person's emperor. Maybe maybe the two of you were trying to align your home life or your schedules or your priorities or something, and there could have been a tower moment, and that could have shifted things. That could have been the initiatory spark, and now you're leaping in a new direction. For others of you, leaping in a new direction, particularly towards stability and security, is going to initiate things that were once stable or counted on to kind of come down, to be realigned. So you can notice a really big shift in your life, either in your home life, a relationship, job, or something like that. You're ready to leap into a new beginning with your emotional fulfillment, your emotional intelligence, your beauty online, and you're ready to go, and you're just willing to let the things that are not solid to crumble down. You're allowing the changes to happen. So for some of you, it's going towards building your own empire, and it's a big change. For others of you, it has something to do with an emperor, somebody that you were in a relationship with. You could be moving in with that person, moving away from that person, getting into a relationship, getting out of a relationship, okay? Apply it how it resonates. But there's a foundational change, a shift, okay? And it changes the fundamental way that your day-to-day life looks. And then all of this amazing stuff starts happening to you as a result. And maybe that tower felt really intense while it was happening, but it actually leads to all this other really great stuff that is happening to you. Okay. Advice on how to amplify the positive things that are going on for group 3. Advice on how to amplify the energies. How can group 3 amplify the energies here? How can group 3 amplify the energies here? How can group 3 amplify these energies? You're going to have people trying to come towards you. The horizon around you is going to start opening as well. It's not just people coming towards you, it's opportunities coming your way, and you seeing the world in a much more amplified and expanded way as well. Some of you could be making a name for yourself overseas or offering your gift, service, and talents overseas. You could be traveling. You could be interacting with foreigners or people in different countries. Long wished for distant dreams can start materializing and coming towards you. People from the past may come towards you with a memory, hello, how are you, how have you been, or even an apology. Here's what's up. You are sitting firmly in your value, prioritizing what prioritizes you. And honestly, I feel like that has been the theme throughout all of these readings in one form or fashion, okay? So you're in your throne, you are running your household, your career, or your business, your empire. You're prioritizing yourself, body, mind, heart, and soul. You're pouring into yourself because all of the effort that you have put into yourself has compounded thus far. And so you're starting to realize that you are a great investment. You are the investment when you invest in yourself that always gets results, right? So to amplify the energies is to keep prioritizing that, keep pouring into yourself, keep investing in yourself because it keeps compounding, right? There are going to be people that want to come towards you with offers of friendship, romance, collaborations, and the advice here is to prioritize people who are bringing at least as much as they're requesting from you. In my opinion, if not more. A Queen of Pentacles does not need anyone coming to her empty-handed. That's crazy person talk. Okay. You're going to be having people wanting to come towards you. Maybe people from the past, new people with romance on their mind, friendship, collaboration, compliments, all that stuff, right? But it's about prioritizing people, places, and situations that make your dream life more possible, if not inevitable, and people, places, and situations that are giving to you. Done are the days of you giving to everybody else just because you can and you have the resources, okay? It's about aligning with people and situations that are giving at least as much as they're asking for, okay? All right, I'm going to go pop into the extended now. Those of you who want to join me, the link is in the description box. You can go get that now. If not, thank you so much for your time and attention. It has been a pleasure. I will see you later.